Welcome to Let's Talk Flix. I'm your host, Ivan Miranda. This is a movie podcast about generally anything and everything, covering movies, movie news, movie topics, whatever. Anything in movies. And today, I actually have a special guest in studio, man. We got a local here, local filmmaker, producer, writer, all around jack of all trades, huh?
Well, maybe. We'll see what happens.
Joe Davison, man. Welcome to Let's Talk Flix, man.
Hey, thank you. We're shaking hands. You can't see that.
Yeah,
That's what we're doing.
Yeah. The physical handshaking is going on right now. It's a little bit too long.
It's a little weird.
Awkward.
And now my shirt's off. So
Yeah, that's what happens. And we're just drinking water. Well, you got, I don't know what's in that Dunkin' Donuts cup, so you probably came spiked.
Well, it's vodka. I'll just tell you. Straight up.
So, Joe Davison, Tampa local native.
I was born in Zephyr Hills. Yeah, man. Way back in 1975.
75.
Makes me 40, folks. I'm 40.
Most people are a little touchy with the age, but I don't
Not
care.
Not me. Shut up.
40-ish. Yeah, so you got some time on me for sure. I'm the same. I'm Tampa native, born in Tampa. You graduated here too?
No, well, yeah, kind of. I mean, I went to. I grew up. I was born in Zephyr Hills. I grew up in Ocala. Mm-hmm. I went to Lakeward High School and I went to Vanguard High School, and I ended up graduating in Ridgewood High School, which is in Newport Richey, technically. And that was '94. So yeah, I mean, I'm certainly from Ocala, but in '95 I moved to Tampa. And I haven't left. So, well, I lived in England for a couple of years.
Oh yeah,
like 4 years. That was in 2001 to 2004, 5. I came back.
How did England work out for you?
I loved it, man.
Yeah?
I loved it. It was like, sometimes it was a little hard to take, man, because the people there are just it's just their nature to be curt with you. You know, if you're prime example is like you're at a Costco or you're shopping and you're kind of standing in front of the green beans or whatever the hell, they don't mind stepping in front of you to get the shit they need. They won't say excuse me. They just knock you out of the way, and that's just how they are. You know, the first couple times I was like, yo, no, excuse me.
So England's like New York, pretty much.
Yeah, I guess, man. It's and it's so, the culture's so different, because if you go into a restaurant, you generally don't have a server. If it's a true English restaurant, and not like a Chili's somewhere in like Cambridge or London, it's like a real restaurant or pub. You don't have a server, man. So you got to go up to the bar. You got to order your drink, you got to order your food, and then you go back to your table, and someone will bring it to you, but there's no refills, there's no hey, I still need some ranch, there's none of that shit. It's a very frustrating experience to go out to eat.
And what took you out to England?
I was married at the time,
yeah.
And she was in the Air Force, and she got stationed overseas, and that's where we went, man. And we lived in this little town called Thetford, a little muddy, swampy little town. I loved it. I loved every second of it. And it had a great little city center, I call it. You know, like 2 square blocks of just shops. Like a little coffee shop and a pastry shop, and then there was a horror video comic book store. Those guys knew me like inside. I was there every day because I could walk there. I'd walk right to the place. And I loved it, man. I'd spend most of my weekends in the little town. If we didn't go see a castle or some shit, like that. But it was a good time. I enjoyed it a lot. I met a lot of nice filmmakers out there. I made four films while I was there, and it was pretty busy for me.
Wow, interesting. Well, you mentioned that you visited the local comic book shop. Let's go into get to know the little Joe. What brought you, when you're growing up, what brought you into movies and loving movies and wanting to... Was there a certain movie that you saw?
It was all movies, man.
Yeah?
I grew up in the 80s, and I got this experience firsthand. Films like Goonies and E.T. and Lost Boys, and the ones that really brought it out of me were, Evil Dead and... Brain Dead or Dead Alive, Peter Jackson movies, and old school Saturday afternoon creature features. That's what did it all for me. I didn't even know I was going to be a filmmaker, man. That where I grew up, we were kind of like low end of the totem pole, poor. That was never a dream to become a filmmaker. Like I never went, I'm going to be a filmmaker, because that would have been the stupidest thing to say. I'm going to work at McDonald's. That would have happened,
Sounds realistic.
Yeah, but I'm not to downplay McDonald's, because they make a ton of money now. So, but yeah, I never would have thought for half a second that I would have become a filmmaker. Like, that was nothing in my brain that ever went that way. But I remember when I was in 5th grade, I would go to the corner store. There was a 7-Eleven, which recently I just had a major problem with 7-Eleven. But anyways, your door locks work very well.
We'll touch on it later.
So I would walk down to the 7-Eleven. It was like 3 or 4 blocks from my mom's house, and they sold Fangoria, and it's a horror magazine, and it was my lifeblood, man. Every month a new one came out, and I remember the first one I got. I don't remember what month it was, but it had a creature called Rawhead Rex on the cover. And I opened it up, and there was a picture of this creature reaching through like this wooden doorway, and it had a priest's head in its mouth. And I was like, I want to make these things.
Yeah? I was, you got to be loving it now. You mentioned Goonies, Lost Boys, and then all the other horror movies. So you have to be like loving like the Stranger Things now. It's kind of the
Stranger
80s.
Things is. I was sitting there with my lovely girlfriend Leanne and watching Stranger Things, and I was like, babe, this is me.
Yeah.
D&D, comic books. These kids. This is my. I dressed like the one kid. I was like that. He's me. Except for he's got a weird lisp. I don't have that. But I was like, babe, this is me. And she's like, okay, babe.
Yeah, sure.
Because she's like 30. She doesn't know.
Yeah, I don't care,
Yeah, she's like, I didn't live through the Goonies. I was like, you didn't live.
I think that's why it's really popular right now, because a lot of people are really,
It's our age, man.
Going back to their core, what they grew up with,
It's the middle-aged people, us, who are becoming nostalgic because we long for that better cinema, which is Hollywood just pumping out shit right now. They're doing remake after remake, and they're failing, man. They just made Ben-Hur. Why? Why would you remake Ben-Hur? Who gives a shit?
Yeah, nobody.
It's not like we're running to the theaters to see Gladiator movies.
Yeah, well, yeah, they should have.
Who
remember that years ago after?
Who greenlit that thing?
I don't know. Why is Morgan Freeman in it? That's what threw me off for the first.
Dude, he was in Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Yeah,
he was badass though. He threw that scimitar and stabbed that witch lady.
But I
was like, he's gonna play God one day. That's right.
Yeah, with dreads. That just took me out of the whole. When I saw that trailer, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be garbage.
I like Morgan Freeman, man. He's. You can't blame him. I mean, I would take the role.
Oh yeah, he's taking. Yeah,
why would you take the role?
Checks left and right.
Yeah, I get it. But why? What group of people are you listening out there, Hollywood? What group of people would sit in a room and go, "We're going to remake Ben-Hur"? First of all, I guarantee 5 people out of the 10 people are probably sitting there. 5 of them went, "What's that?"
Exactly. Well, they're probably going off of the whole Game of Thrones thing.
Not even, though. It's not even.
Yeah, it's not there.
You got a better chance of hitting Game of Thrones fans with Clash of Titans 5.
Probably, yeah. But that one, even those movies were bombing. They weren't making good.
No, well, the problem is, man, is that I think that Hollywood relies, the big studios that are making these movies rely too much on the CG avenue of it. That's all they want, man. I don't understand how these actors are even acting in some of these scenes when all they have to do is spin around a giant room that's green screen and roll around, and then they stand up and say a line to nobody's standing there. And at the end of it, it's 37 robots who just got done fighting on the moon, and you're like, what? Why? How are these actors? I give guys like Ewan McGregor and Shia LaBeouf and Mark Wahlberg these major props, man, because they've acted in films where there's no one next to them. There's nothing. They don't even have a prop in their hand.
Yeah.
And it's like, what? How? Why?
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to pull off.
I mean, that shit I do.
It's kind of hard to pull off a Transformer, though. Like
right.
You know,
well, I get it.
To have that as a practical effect would be very costly.
Awesome.
It'd be awesome, but, you know, to have a whole core like the Autobots and the Decepticons, that'll be very pricey.
Agreed. But I mean, there's certain ways around that shit, too, man.
Yeah.
And it's... I'm not taking anything from Transformers because I love Transformers, man. My 9-year-old...
Part 1, at least.
I actually like all of them.
Yeah, you
Dark Side of the Moon, I think, is my favorite.
The third one?
Yeah, no, the second one. Which ones were the flying jumpsuits?
Yeah,
is that the second one?
I believe
the buildings are falling, and Soundwave is now a giant snake thing.
Yeah, but I gotta admit, the last one was just horrible, though.
With Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah, I tried. I
liked it, man. I really did.
I couldn't stick around watching it.
I really liked it, man. It was. I'm a Wahlberg fan, though.
I am too, but you know that's what got me excited to watch it because, you know, I thought they would reset the whole series. You know, of course they're going forward with him again in the next one, but I don't know. For me, it wasn't. Maybe it's just because Michael Bay has a stigma to it.
You know,
and, you know, it's about time for him to just pass the torch to somebody.
You know what? You know, there's this website, Epic Rap Battles. I don't know if you watched that at all.
Yeah.
They did one on directors, and it was Spielberg versus Kubrick versus Hitchcock versus Michael Bay. And they hit some points on the head, man, because, you know, Michael Bay's... Dude, he knows what he does.
Yeah.
And he does it well.
Yeah.
And he blows stuff up, man. And in your craft... Mm-hmm. And filmmaking is the only craft where people feel the need to judge other people. You're not going to go up in the subway and be like, yo, dude, this sandwich is shit. What is... you know what, man? I got a show. I want you to come on my show, and we're going to talk about how to make sandwiches. You know,
there might be a podcast out there for that. You never know.
And today we take a white bread, and we're going to smear it with Miracle Whip. Not mayonnaise. Miracle.
It'll be like that Saturday Night sketch.
Yeah,
there you go. Yeah. It'd be just like that.
You know, but anyway, but my point is that Michael Bay knows what he can do, and he does it well. He does it well. They all do it well. Peter Jackson does what he does very well. Kevin Smith knows exactly who he is and where he belongs, and he does it fantastically. Kevin Smith is one of the directors that I kind of admire, I look up to, because he does it all. He does his own podcast. He pushes his own movies. Even at his stage, he's still got to do everything on his own.
Yeah, and he does it for
have
himself.
Some help, you know, but
no. He has his core audience, so he has people who like his movies. You have to have a specific taste to like Kevin Smith movies, because some of them are, especially the one that just came out, Yoga Hosers or something.
I haven't seen it yet. He did that with his daughter.
Yeah, and Johnny Depp's daughter as well. But it looks weird.
Yeah,
but there's an audience for that. There's definitely an audience for those type of movies. So that's why he makes them for. He doesn't do it for the big Hollywood budget, the big making $50-60 million opening weekend. He just does it.
No, he knows, man. He makes a $10 million movie. He banks $40 million. It's money, dude. It's money.
Yeah.
Even if he's making 10%, that's $4 million in his bank account.
Exactly.
I'll take $4 million a year.
Yeah, and he's making way more than that, probably.
I take $4 million right now for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Anybody would, just ration it.
I could live off
within
that.
Your means.
I live off of less than that, probably in the last 40 years. So,
wow.
Right, 4 million, 40 years. I can't do the math on that. It's like $1 a day, probably.
Yeah, well, we probably got to stretch that a little further.
Yeah.
Or just invest in something, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, so
comic books?
Yeah. Well, that's kind of Are people really buying comic books anymore?
Yeah, man. Comic books is this. Are you kidding me? Marvel is running.
Well, they're still in
Hollywood. They run it, dude. If you're not in a superhero movie, you're not in anything. And I think that's the big problem too. Is the studios are trying to compete with Marvel with making all these action comic book movies. So they're scrambling, like, let's make Ghostbusters 2. Why? What? I mean, what was that? Remake? Not 2, but... now it's called something else. They're going to call it reboot. Ghostbusters, Who You Gonna Call?
Yeah, and the DVD release. That's like the Tom Cruise movie that came out recently. Edge of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
when it came out in the movie theaters, Edge of Tomorrow, and then when it released on DVD, it's Edge of Tomorrow, Live, Die, Repeat, or something like that. It's like, why create two separate titles for the movies when they release?
I didn't realize the Live, Die, Repeat was also the title. I thought it was the tagline.
Well, they added that when they released the DVD.
You know what, man? Now that we're on Tom Cruise, I'm actually a fan of Cruise.
Yeah, me too. He had a little,
I don't give a shit about his other stuff.
Yeah, well, no, when he had, there's a little
Katie
time.
Holmes.
Yeah, and he's kind of a little slumpish, but, we came back with Mission Impossible when that...
Yeah, Rogue Nation was good, man. I just watched the new one, Ghost Protocol, I think? No, Rogue Nation.
Rogue Nation's new one. Ghost Protocol was...
I just watched Rogue Nation on Hulu, I think. It's good.
Oh, yeah.
It's really good, man. He blows me away, man, because he does all his own stunts. Mm-hmm. He does all his own stunts.
And I didn't know that until Ghost Protocol when they talked about, all the stuff he was doing on that, even the building and everything. And then hanging onto a plane. Are you kidding me? He's Tom Cruise. He doesn't need to do that stuff.
Why not? He's Tom Cruise. He should do that stuff.
Yeah, well, but, like most action stars wouldn't dare do that shit.
Dude, if I had the ability to be where he is, I'd be doing all my own stunts too. Because you couldn't stop me from doing them.
Yeah.
Because I know I got the best team in the world. They're going to make sure that I'm the safest as I can be, whether I'm hanging on the outside of an airplane or free falling from the tallest building in the world. They know that I'm going to be 100% safe. I would not have any worries about any of it. If I tried to do it tomorrow with my team, I'd be afraid for my life.
Yeah, probably.
Guys, I don't think this duct tape's going to hold me on the outside of the plane.
And what are you going to catch me with?
Don't worry about it. You're only 400 pounds. Just hang on the plane. You're fine. Can you even hold your own weight? No? No. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we're not recreating this scene. No.
Yeah.
No,
if you fall, we'll just add it to the script.
Yeah, he meant to do that, sure. And I meant to break, and he meant to break his bones as well.
Oh, there's Joe bouncing down the freeway.
Very realistically. He looks really in pain, a lot of pain. Well, that's because it's,
Those grunts sound real, folks.
Yeah, was that a broken bone I heard? Yep. He's paying for that one.
That's like live commentary from a stunt show. Yeah. There he is, folks. He's on the trapeze.
All right, so... Damn, we were talking about...
where were we?
Yeah, we went off three different subjects. All right, going back to you growing up.
Right. That's where we were.
Yeah, 20 minutes ago. Okay, so you told us what movies you watched and what you enjoyed watching. But at what point did you decide you want to become a filmmaker?
Honestly, man, it was I'm trying to remember exactly where I was. There was this little video store down the street from my house, different house, not the same place where I could go get the Fangorias, but this is later on in life. And I would walk down to rent. This had to be high school. I'd go to this video store, and in there I saw that they had Evil Dead. I remember renting the VHS tape of Evil Dead. I'd get like 3 or 4 movies a weekend, and I would just go in my room and watch these horror films over and over and over again. I don't know why. I didn't. It's not like all my other friends were into horror and that kind of stuff. I think it's a calling. I think you're called to it. Mm-hmm. And I was always a fan of Hitchcock, and I was always a fan of Ray Bradbury. I watched Ray Bradbury as a kid. He had his own show, Ray Bradbury Theater, and it was very much like The Twilight Zone, which I love. And in fact, The Twilight Zone's on Netflix now, all like 8 seasons or whatever, and I've watched every one of them. I try to get my girl to watch them, and she's just not into them. They're just old and black and white. But the stuff they were doing, the camera tricks are phenomenal for that time, man. That's shit people don't do now. Yeah. And I kind of enjoy watching them because I'm learning old stuff again. Stuff that they had to figure out how to do for the Twilight Zone, because they're like, we're doing stuff in the future that we don't even know about. We gotta we gotta do some shit here, guys. So they're trying all these cool camera movements and these like reverse shots and these just great shots of. I saw one where the episode was the guy was in World War II, and he comes flying in his World War II plane, and he lands, and he's on a present-day 1950s Air Force base with jets and shit. And he's just like, what is all this? Like, what is this? I don't know what any of this stuff is. Cool storyline. Anyways, they did a shot where the guy takes off again in his World War II plane, and they attached the camera to the plane. And I'm going to bet that was the first POV shot. It was very reminiscent of what Christopher Nolan did in Interstellar, when the ship was crashing in the water and the camera was kind of like third person.
Yeah.
It was that same shot almost.
Wow.
And I was like, that's impressive. I wonder if they knew what they were doing, or they were just like, who knows? Let's just attach to the plane. We got to go. You know? And it just blew my mind. I was like, man, this is the stuff that we should be teaching other filmmakers. Like, this is what you should be learning, man. You should be understanding the dynamic of where to put the camera. And I feel, not that I don't know what the hell I'm doing either, but I'm just saying, like, I'm learning, so others should too.
Well,
what was the question again?
No. I agree with you. You know, they were definitely doing some revolutionary stuff way before people even thought about doing this stuff.
Right.
You know, and they had to, because that's all they had to work with. And
we were talking about movies that did it. You know, honestly, man, it was my love, one, for John Carpenter movies. Love John Carpenter. The Thing, Big Trouble in Little China.
I love Big Trouble in Little China. And that movie is something special.
Oh, dude, it's my gamer tag, actually.
Oh, yeah?
My gamer tag on Xbox is the Jack Burton.
Oh, man. Jack Burton is a badass.
Dude, well, it's all in the reflexes. You know, but that's what did it for me is, and maybe it was a need to escape. You know, maybe I had this need, I wanted to get out. Because I write, too. I'm a scriptwriter. I've written 27 screenplays. And they're not all horror. But I have that need to escape, and filmmaking was the way to do it. And, you know, the one movie that made me want to make movies was Evil Dead 2. That was it. I was like, I want to make this shit. This shit looks so much fun. I want to be in a cabin in the woods hacking up zombies.
Sam Raimi, man.
Yeah, dude, and he really, you know, and Peter Jackson too, man, with Dead Alive. Those two movies alone, you know, just made me just fall in love with the horror genre and cinema in general. But a lot of influences. Alfred Hitchcock and Stanley Kubrick, of course. And, you know, I mean, I can name directors all day long that people are going to be like, well, of course you like Stanley Kubrick. I mean, he's one of the best filmmakers of all our time. Yeah,
it seems to go to, yeah. You know, that's in everybody's repertoire of film directors.
You know what really bugs me about that kind of stuff too, though, man, is the pretentiousness of some people who talk about filmmakers, and I don't fall into that category. I'd rather just go make a movie than talk about what I thought someone was trying to express in a movie they shot. Yeah. Well, I think the reason why this camera angle was here in the Red Room when he shot this was because he wanted people to know about socialism. What?
Yeah.
What?
How did you see that?
Yeah. How? What? Am I an idiot? Because I don't understand what you're talking about.
Yeah. Some people read too much into it. For sure.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah. So you're a big horror guy.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah, there you go. Just spiking the drinks. Spike coffee. So
vodka coffee.
When you watched horror movies when you were younger, did you watch it? Was it like an enjoyment for you? Did you like, you know?
No, I hated every minute. No, I loved it.
No, but I mean, you know, it's like some people watch it, but they're kind of like taken back by it.
I was never nothing. The only movie that really scared me was Poltergeist.
Really?
Yeah. Not even The Exorcist, because The Exorcist I found it intriguing on how they did some of the effects. And I was like, how'd they do that, man? I want to know how they spun her head around. You know, whereas Poltergeist, I kind of got into it, and I was like, okay, this is creeping me out, and I got a doll in my room. It's crazy. You know?
Oh, yeah.
But
dolls,
I didn't...
I'll tell you what, dolls are... Yeah,
man.
When it comes to horror movies, that kind of does it for me with the dolls one.
Yeah.
Because for me, it was...
So you love Annabelle, then, I would assume.
No, I didn't watch
it. Or Chucky.
When I grew up, Chucky fucked me up in the head. Because I had a fucking My Buddy when I was...
Yeah.
When the movie came out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I didn't want one of those because I knew they were all possessed.
I had one in the house, and I watched the movie. And
that and a Jack in the Box. You bring a Jack in the Box into my house, I'm going to smash it with a hammer.
Jack in the Box is
I don't care. I'm going to smash it with a hammer. I don't care if it's made out of gold. I'm going to crush it.
I tell you what, man. When I saw Child's Play and I had My Buddy doll, me and my cousin, we were so frightened for this fucking doll. We took it in the closet and beat the shit out of it.
Yeah.
And wrote like with markers on his face. And then my cousin had to leave, and she's like, "What are you gonna do?" I'm like, "I don't know." And I was like, so I took the doll, ran outside and threw it in a dumpster, right? And I stared at the dumpster all night, waiting for him to come out. That's how fucked up that movie fucked me up when I was a kid.
Yeah. How old are you? I thought I was say 32.
I'm 33.
Okay.
Yeah. So
yeah, man, because Chucky was I was a little older for Chucky.
Yeah.
Like Candyman. Candyman didn't really scare me.
No.
Nightmare on Elm Street, I instantly fell in love with it. I wasn't scared of Freddy at all.
No.
I was like, this guy is awesome.
Yeah.
Jason, Friday the 13th, that was a little...
It's more of a slasher than actual horror.
Yeah, it was slow.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, God, just kill people already. Get it. Okay, I get it. Okay, let's...
Yeah. See, I watched horror because I was intrigued by it, but still, I was still taken back. I didn't want to watch it, but I still watched it.
Yeah, my ultimate goal would be to direct Friday the 13th, Part 13.
Oh, yeah.
That would be like a dream come true for me.
To skip all the reboots and remakes and just go back to the original.
Well, they're kind of at 13.
Well, if you count...
They got 1 through 10, right?
Yeah.
Then they got the reboot, which that we could say is 12. Then they got Freddy vs. Jason, which is 11, sorry. Then they got Freddy vs. Jason, which we could say is 12. So they're at 13.
They were in
it's my time.
They're actually still working on trying to get either sequel to Friday the reboot Friday the 13th, I think. I'm pretty sure they're working on it, but they were talking about a found footage style version of the sequel.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, that's
gross.
Yeah, well, that's sloppy too.
Yeah,
you don't need to take that
why?
serious.
Because they got 20-year-old executives now. And they're like, guys, what we got to do? Found footage is hot, right? You know what I'm saying? It's hot. Okay, so we're going to take found footage, okay? Yeah. Jason, right? Crystal Lake, found footage. Go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then some 20-year-old executive doesn't know what he's talking about, talking to a writer who's 50 years old.
Well,
they're like,
exactly.
What are you talking about?
It's not, they haven't gone with it yet. They're not completely sold, but that's where they're one of the ideas. But yeah.
I did like in the reboot how they put all those underground tunnels.
Yeah.
And it made sense how he could go from point A to point B and beat you to it.
Yeah. And, I didn't mind the reboot. It wasn't that bad.
No, it was okay.
Yeah.
Derek Mears, right? He'd play Jason.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a cool cat, man. He's tall as hell.
Big motherfucker.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, too, man. That was one that scared the shit out of me.
Really?
Yeah, because to me, that was real. That could happen.
That whole hillbilly type
that's a real thing,
out of nowhere.
Those movies, those are real things. Freddy, not real. Jason, okay, he could kind of happen, but then they went all supernatural with it, and you're like, okay, I'm not afraid of Jason anymore because he's that real. But Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Leatherface, he could show up at your door because he's crazy.
Or like the Hills Have Eyes type shit.
Hills Have Eyes, I love those when I was a kid. Those are my Saturday afternoon movies.
Did you ever watch, remember Ghoulies?
Of course.
Ghoulies,
Critters.
Oh, Critters.
Subspecies, anything by
Chud.
Full Moon.
Chud, right?
Chud.
Yeah.
Chud was cool, yeah. Doll Man, Demonic Toys, all that stuff. I watched all that
was
stuff.
it the Puppet Master, man?
Puppet Master was awesome.
All those, like I said, I watched them. I didn't want to watch them, but I just watched them because I don't know. Well, for some reason I was drawn to it. But
yeah, I loved Full Moon. I had like 10 Full Moon posters in my bedroom.
Yeah.
It was like Netherworld, Dollman. Was Subspecies the Full Moon? Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I might get shot for that one.
Well, you're going to get shot for that one? Well, you know, since we're talking about horror, you think the age we're in now, the time we're in now, you think horror is making a comeback, or you think it's getting towards, just this past summer, just the horror movies that have been coming out have been banking with small budgets,
Yeah, well, what's come out? Let's see. You got a list?
Yeah. I got it right here. So we got Lights Out, The Conjuring 2.
Conjuring's one of my favorite movies.
You enjoy Conjuring?
Yeah, I didn't see the second one. The first one, hands down, was amazing. There's also another movie I liked called House of the Devil. That was amazing too. That reminded me of old school. Well, it was actually made to look like it was the 80s, but it was a great throwback movie, and perhaps one of the best.
And was it The Purge? And also,
I don't think Purge is a horror film.
Well, they counted it as
it's like a thriller.
Yeah. Well, the first one they tried to make it.
It's like an action apocalypse movie, actually.
Yeah. And recently, Don't Breathe. Did you catch Don't Breathe yet?
No, man. I haven't been to the movies in a while. But I know of all this stuff. Yeah. I know of Don't Breathe. I know of Hush. This was supposed to be really good. I don't think horror films are making a comeback. Horror films will always be the constant.
I want to restate it there, then. Are we starting to see good horror films? Because there have been a bunch between when it had its time until now that were just crap. I mean, when's the last... Before Conjuring, what was the last really good horror movie that was just, that was out there? I guess pre-James Wan era.
Saw?
Yeah.
Saw was a good series. That came from nowhere. It came out of nowhere. Yeah. So that was a good... I ate Saw up, dude. I loved it. With Marcus Cook, who's a very good friend of mine and partner, we've done a couple movies together. He and I had the privilege to do a music video for Saw 4. And I think it's on the DVD, I don't know, called Trap. And that was fun, man. We got to use the actual prop from the movie, the head thing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, but I like the Saw series. Those were good. Let's see, what else? What else is out there?
Yeah, see, there's nothing really that stands out. I mean, there's the Final Destination series that was okay. But
I don't really consider those horror films either. Yeah. They were bloody and stuff, but those weren't really horror to me. I guess I think of horror as it has to be... you need to have a killer in it to be horror for me. Final Destination is not really a horror film because you're battling the synergy of the universe. Yeah. That log truck's going to take your head off because the universe is going to say it's going to happen, man. Yeah. You're not like actually fighting death. So I don't know, man. I think like Conjuring, that's a horror film. Mm-hmm. There's a bad entity. You got to fight it. It is evil. I liked. They did 8 Films to Die For. I think they did that twice or 3 times. And the first series that came out, there were a couple great horror films in that. There was Dead Silence. That was a good one. There was Grave Dancers. That was a good one out of that series, out of the 8 Films to Die For. That was really it out of all the 8. There was only 2 that I thought were really good. Anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're fine. So I mean...
Did I answer the question? I have no idea.
No. Well, there was... Other than Saw, there wasn't really anything else that popped out there in the whole horror scene from compared to...
Oh, well, I'm trying to think, man. I can't even think of what came out when that I really got... that I thought was amazing. I don't even know when Conjuring came out.
I think 2014 or 13, around there.
Yeah, maybe.
13, 14,
so let's say from let's see. let's say from 2000. Let's just say from 2000 till now, 16 years.
Yeah.
What has been the best horror films to come out? Dusk Till Dawn? That was 94?
Yeah, that'd be early 90s.
Damn it.
Maybe I can pull up a list of...
They did the remake of Texas Chainsaw. I thought that was good. That was shot well. That was shot sexy.
Yeah?
Like, that was a sexy film.
That was the Michael Bay produced film, huh?
Did he produce that one?
Platinum Dunes, yeah, they produced that film.
Yeah, so that's when
it wasn't bad. I didn't mind
it.
Horror movies from 2000 to now. I mean, I can't say there's, movies that really just scared the shit out of me since, then.
I don't think any, man. When did Devil's Rejects come out?
Probably
like 2002?
2000, yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So you got Devil's Rejects. You got
it's all good.
This is hard. I feel
okay, so we have. I got some 28 Days Later.
Okay, that was a good one.
Final Destination.
28 Days Later was better than 28.
Okay, let me see top horror movies from 2000 to 2016. They have on the list. They have American Psycho on the list.
All right.
Battle Royale, which is yeah.
I love the movie, but I don't think it's a horror film.
No. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, The Devil's Backbone, Frailty.
That's all mainstream stuff, man. There's way better independent stuff that's out, man. Like there was a movie called Gutterballs. That was ridiculous. That was a good horror film.
Did you see Bubba Hotep?
Bubba Hotep was good. Bruce Campbell, of course.
Yeah. The Grudge.
That was all right.
The Ring.
Nah, who cares?
House of a Thousand Corpses.
Yeah, see that was good.
Wrong Turn, Dawn of the Dead.
Wrong Turn was good.
How about
Wrong Turn 2, I think. Joe Lynch directed. That was a good one.
Did you like the remake of Dawn of the Dead, Zack Snyder?
Is that the one with the cognitive zombie who was like leading the other zombies?
No, this is the one where they're stuck in the mall.
Oh,
Ving Rhames and
yeah, it was the same movie. I saw it. No. I mean, I saw the same movie years ago.
Okay,
when it was called Dawn of the Dead. Like, yeah, in the 80s with Tom Savini and those guys.
Gotcha. Hills Have Eyes. I mentioned that one before.
Yeah. I love Michael Berryman.
Slither.
Nice guy. Slither was funny as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nathan Fillion.
James Gunn movie.
James Gunn. Love James Gunn. And now look what he's doing.
He's a mainstream Marvel.
Yeah, man.
He's
Guardians of the Galaxy, bro. Bro. What am I, a fucking college kid?
Yeah, you're from New Jersey or something.
Yeah. Hey, bro.
Hey, bro.
Grab your visor. Let's go to the beach.
You ever seen Trick or Treat?
Yeah, of course.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Say, forget about all these, man.
Yeah, they fly by,
Yeah. Because I really watch a lot of the independent stuff. Because we're in that market, man. I'm in that area, so I like a lot of those guys. Guys that are all about to break out. Hopefully, guys like Ted Gagin, who just did a movie called We Are Still Here. That's on Netflix right now. We all started at the same time. We all started with I say we all started in the same circle because there was the 100 Tears. Marcus and I did 100 Tears, and then there was this guy, Mel House in Texas, who did a movie called Closet Space, and Ted Gagin. He had come along, and he was helping with both those movies. He was out of New York, a producer, and now he's directing $1 million movies. And those are the guys that I kind of like was watching and still watch because that's kind of where I live. Mm-hmm. I don't watch a lot of the mainstream stuff because it's all kind of the same. Once you get like past the $5 million mark on a horror film, it's not a horror film anymore. It's an action film, basically. I mean, like you said, that guys coming up, even the Lights Out director, he made that short, for barely anything, and that's why he got signed to make the actual big, not big budget. Well, they made it for $4.9 million.
But yeah,
they made Lights Out for 4.9.
Yeah, 4.9.
It's like
million.
two people in a house.
Oh, not the actual one that came out in the theaters. They got a few
Wait,
people.
Lights Out. That's the one where you flip the light on and off, and the creatures are there.
Yeah.
Okay.
The short he made in his house or apartment or whatever for next to nothing.
Yeah.
But it went it went around, hit the web, went viral.
Yeah.
And that's how he got signed to do the movie version of it. And
I can't imagine what an hour and a half of that's going to be like.
It's okay. You're gonna see it. So.
Did you see it?
I wanted to see it, but I didn't get a chance to.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, dude, it made 114 million worldwide.
Yeah.
Off of 4.9.
Yeah.
You know,
that's why, and it's funny to me because at my level, when we take a film to a distributor, they say, "Oh, no one's buying horror films." No one's buying horror films. They're the biggest grossing genre on the planet. What are you talking about? Nobody's buying horror films.
They're low risk, high reward. I mean,
they are, because it doesn't matter who's in it. It doesn't matter who's in it, because the horror fans will go watch the blood. That's all they want. They want blood and gore, and that's why they will come to your movie.
And if you take like you said, the big budget stuff, like Ben-Hur you mentioned earlier.
Yeah. What was that, like $400 million to make?
The budget was $100 million, and they made $11 million opening weekend.
Yeah.
Come on. Somebody's got to be fired after that.
Who thought that was a fucking good idea? Who thought Ghostbusters was a good idea?
It would have been fine.
Next, they're going to be remaking Goonies and Never Ending Story.
They better not. They better not.
They will. They'll remake E.T. E.T. will be some CG animated thing.
No. I hope not. That'll be in the world. I mean, we covered the Ghostbusters on here before, and I said if they would have left it as if an actual reboot remake with the new cast. And that's it, period, and leave the old cast out of it, it would have been fine. But they kept having to shove the old cast in there and kind of weave in a bunch of the old school Ghostbuster shit, like, Slimer and the Marshmallow Man. They had to shove that in your face to remind you that, hey, this is the old school Ghostbusters, but...
It ain't, though.
No, it's not, and it sucked, yes.
Yeah.
And Bill Murray was a complete waste in that movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I won't see it. Just like I won't see the Evil Dead remake.
Yeah.
I won't see it. Sorry, man. I saw Evil Dead 1 and 2 and Army of Darkness. I'm not going to watch a remake that's supposed to be amped up for the new generation of fucking kids who have cell phones and shit. I don't care. It's not about that. The movie's not about... I don't give a shit about that one. The one I care about is Ash, Bruce Campbell's character.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck about this girl. Who cares?
Yeah.
I give a fuck about that story. Give me more Bruce Campbell. And you did. Thank you.
Yeah, he's got the
Thank you.
Ash
We have a show. We have a show. We don't need Evil Dead the remake.
Well, I heard it was...
Why?
I heard it delivered on the gore, but it didn't deliver on the horror.
No, who gives a shit?
But I never watched it myself, but,
who cares?
The guy who directed it...
That'd be like them coming back and going, hey, we're going to redo Big Trouble in Little China with...
They were talking about that
Casey Affleck.
They were talking about that with The Rock.
Why?
They're talking about it with The Rock.
Fuck no. No. If they do that, I'm going to letter bomb Hollywood from an airplane and just drop a big letter with a picture of my dick that just says, this is Jack Burton. Why would they redo it with The Rock?
They were talking about it.
Why? They redid Journey to the Center of the Earth with The Rock. It was a horrible thing.
Yeah, well, and they're also doing...
I like The Rock. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
The Rock is great in the right roles.
Yeah.
I love The Rundown. Rundown's one of the best action comedy movies ever made.
Well, that's before he came mainstream and stuff. That's when he was starting to break in.
Yeah. Well, that was probably like his first big, we're going to let you run on this one.
Yeah. But nobody remembers Scorpion King, and there's a good reason why they should forget it.
Yeah, it's horrible. Yeah.
But the Rundown was good. Everything after that,
I liked him in the one with Mark Wahlberg. What was that called?
Yeah, the Michael Bay movie. Dude, Pain and Gain.
Pain and Gain.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That was actually... It
was good. It was funny. Wahlberg's funny, though, to me.
Those are the type of Michael Bay movies that I don't mind watching.
Yeah.
Like, the Bad Boys, The Rock. And
Bad Boys great. I love Bad Boys.
Yeah.
I can't stand Martin Lawrence, but I love the Bad Boys.
Yeah. And was it The Rock and...
Did you see Suicide Squad?
Yeah, I did.
How was it? I hear people hate it.
I got fucked up because I had it up here in expectation levels, and then week of I fucking heard reviews that brought it down to here, so I was mixed up in feelings. And I watched it and I left like, whatever. It was okay.
Yeah.
But then I had already pre-bought tickets for the next day ahead of time, so I had to watch it again.
Yeah.
So watching it the second time, all that extra shit was out the door, and I actually enjoyed it the second time more because I accepted the flaws and just,
Yeah.
they have a shit villain shit, and if you watch it for the character part of it, you'll enjoy it better.
Yeah.
Just take away...
Who plays Batman?
Who plays Ben Affleck?
Oh, he is Batman in it.
Yeah.
Because they never say it in the trailer.
Well, that's because they didn't want to overshadow it, everybody else, because, Will Smith's got to have his name up there in the front.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
I mean, they peppered Batman in there well. He had a few scenes, and the scenes that he was in, he did good, as Batman. So
am I to understand, just from watching the trailer, I'm going to assume that the Joker just met Harley Quinn, and she wasn't his psychiatrist?
They, in the beginning of the movie, they do like a video game type to introduce the characters.
Yeah,
like Deadshot and then Harley Quinn. And then when they introduce Harley Quinn, they go into how she met the Joker and whatnot. It's a quick run through of how they met and then how they are now.
Yeah, but
throughout the whole movie, it's pretty much the Joker.
He looks badass, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty much him trying to get Harley Quinn back from them. That's what Joker. That's how he plays his part in the movie. He's just trying to get his woman back. That's it. And,
who's the bad guy?
That one chick, Enchantress.
That sounds lame.
It was a horrible.
Yeah.
Like her brother, she's an evil spirit, so her brother...
Oh, the witch.
Yeah, the witch is, and then her brother also comes to life and takes this guy's body, but it's pointless. He does nothing. He's a horrible villain,
Yeah.
They're better off, like, having Viola Davison, man. I can't remember her name. The chick, the black chick.
Who?
I went blank.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. In the comic book?
Yeah. The dude the chick that puts them together. Amanda Waller.
Oh, right.
I don't know why I drew a blank. She did good. She was fucking a bad bitch.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh, right. Okay.
Amanda Waller, yeah. She's the one that puts them together.
Yeah.
So it was, in essence, it was her fault that everything went down. But, I mean, like I said, the villain shit, the whole build up to the end fight of the villain was shit.
Yeah.
But everything else, the characters, everything was good.
The problem is DC has a big issue fighting against Marvel anyways. They've never been able to capitalize on their products as well as Marvel has, because everyone kind of looks at DC as their characters are second rate. The only characters that people really do like out of DC Universe is Batman, The Flash, and Arrow. Maybe Superman, but we're all kind of sick of Superman too.
He does too. He can do everything. So when you're at that level, where can you go?
I can fly. Yeah. I'm indestructible. I don't need to breathe in space, apparently. I have laser vision. I have X-ray vision.
Yeah.
And I can eat whatever I want and never gain any weight.
There you go. And he's banging Lois Lane.
Yeah. So, well, actually, I think that's a shortcoming. Why doesn't he go, have sex with
He could go across the world, have sex with 3 Russian women, and come back in 2 minutes. And
why would you even do
that?
Why? I would make it a challenge of sex with every woman on the planet.
That'd be nice.
In one night.
Who says he hasn't done this?
Right.
We need to make a movie about...
Why is he not trying to have sex with, lions? Come on. He can fight things. Fight a lion and rape it. That's all I'm saying. It's Superman.
We should make a movie about the sexual escapades of Superman when he was in his college years, when he was drunk.
50 Shades of Green.
There you go. Drunk, flying around, fucking everything.
Right. Woo!
Exactly. Just go and pump and then fly out again.
Right. You just see these girls' heads exploding in the back of cars.
That'd be a good movie to watch.
It's like I killed another one.
Oops. My bad. And then flies
They
off.
still think that serial killer's on the loose.
Yeah.
It's just me.
Yeah, they're never gonna blame it on Superman. So yeah, I mean,
we have 339 counts of unknown DNA, sir. It's all over the car. We don't know what it is. It's been in the last 700 homicides. We don't know what this means.
Yeah,
the alien DNA. We don't know what it is.
There you go. So we're putting Superman as the biggest criminal in the world.
Right.
he's actually the bad guy. That fucking
right. No, but it's not.
That's why nobody
the girls
likes
are
him.
Blowing him. So it's not his fault.
Yeah.
He projectiles at light speed.
Yeah,
just blows the back of their heads out.
Yeah.
It's not his fault.
I didn't look at that before.
I would imagine if he was trying to like dump on a chest, it would probably be like a shotgun blast. I'll just say.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know why I need to picture that right now.
I don't know.
Okay.
That's where this conversation's gone, guys.
It went a little far, but it's fine. I mean,
we're inside of a Christian radio station.
Yeah.
We're talking about Superman jizz.
I feel my ass burning a little bit.
I'm feeling my Asperger's a little.
Yeah, there you go. But no, man, Suicide Squad, it's worth checking out at least once, Just
when it comes out, I gotta watch Batman vs Superman. I gotta watch Suicide Squad. I've missed all the movies, man. I've been busy. I just had a baby, and she's 15 months on Sunday, and my whole life was taken. Was with her, man. So I don't regret missing these shitty movies.
Yeah.
And then when she's getting older and she's at that age where she needs to learn about movies, or hopefully I'm making more and more movies, and she'll be able to watch Daddy's films and hopefully come play along at some point. I'm going to show her the better ones anyways. Doesn't matter. I'm going to show her Big Trouble in Little China, and I'll show her the Goonies, and show her RoboCop, and the ones that count.
Real quick, did you like Willy Wonka? Just curious.
With Johnny Depp?
No. Oh, that's a blasphemy. I'm talking about the Gene Wilder one.
Yeah, of course.
It came out last night, and I
was going to say, I didn't see the other one with Johnny Depp. Because
you can skip it.
Because, again, why?
Yeah, you can skip it.
In the great words of Christopher Walken, why?
Yeah, it came out last night, and I actually sat my kids down, and it's like, we're going to watch this shit. And they were staring at the screen. I'm like, it brought me joy, because I remember enjoying it as a child, and rewatching it last night with them. I was happy to watch it again, and actually watching it again after it's been a while since I watched it. I actually appreciated it more.
Yeah,
I mean, unfortunately, it had to come after Gene Wilder's death.
And he just... Yeah. What a horrible year this has been, man.
Yeah. We lost some good ones, for sure.
Gene Wilder was just this essence of comedic timing. He was like... He'll never be touched, man. He's like Danny Kaye. Danny Kaye... Those guys are right along the same lines. Who is the next... Danny Kaye or Gene Wilder?
Who?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is probably one of the most talented people in Hollywood right now. And I don't mean that he's a blockbuster salesman. He's not making giant action films.
No.
But that bastard, he's good looking. He wears a suit everywhere he goes. He can dance. You ever watch him dance? Yeah. It's insane.
And sing too, right?
And he can sing. Yeah. He can play instruments. He can rap. He can do it all, man. And he's funny.
Yeah.
He's a guy
He's been in the game for a long time, too.
Yeah. He knows... He's just got style, man. He should be on the cover of GQ every month. I sound like I'm gay for him.
No, I understand, because you got to respect a guy who would direct his own movie, star your own movie, and make your lead Scarlett Johansson. You got to respect the guy for doing that. It's like Jon Favreau. Jon Favreau did the same shit with Chef.
Yeah, why wouldn't you get the hottest woman you could get?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Scarlett's okay. I don't think she's that hot, honestly.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, dude. I'm attracted to my girlfriend. First of all.
Yes.
Yeah. No, but the girls the ones that I go, God, man, she's just a knockout.
Mm-hmm.
Is God, who do I don't know. It's tough, man. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like running them all through my head, and I just
going through the Rolodex of film actresses that.
Yeah, like because I'm trying to like Scarlett Johansson's super talented. She's super talented, man. But I don't see. To me, she isn't. She has resting bitch face.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
I just watched her in the Coen film, Hail Caesar.
Yes.
And she just has resting bitch face. You know what I mean? And you're just like, God, dude. And I was watching the outtakes for like the Avengers and shit, and she's just mopey. She's mope. Go back and watch them. Everyone else is laughing, having a good time, and she's just like, meh, men.
I think she was pregnant during the Avengers, the second one. I was gonna say she was probably pregnant, but
I enjoy it. Don't get me wrong, man. She's very beautiful.
I think to me, she's more sexy to me. Just I don't know. I don't consider her as a drop dead gorgeous, but she's like there's some females you're like, man, she's sexy, that's nice, and then there's the one you actually want to take to your mother. That's actually beautiful.
Yeah,
and holds a higher class type deal. I'm not saying she's a lesser class or anything, or she's slutty or anything, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying.
I don't know who I would think would be that. Man, I'm running them through my head, and I'm just like, God, I like the ones I would die for to work with aren't that pretty.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like Sigourney Weaver, I'd love to work with her. She had
a day. Ghostbusters, she was Aliens, she was packing on the heat. I would throw one out. How about Jessica Chastain?
I don't know who that is.
No? Okay.
No. Who is she? Is she a porn star?
No. Oh. No. She was in I don't know if you ever watched The Help.
No.
No, okay. She was recently in the Guillermo del Toro movie with Tom Hiddleston. Can't remember the name of it. Man, I watched it last year. Anyways, horrible example.
Yeah, you're good with movies. Let's talk film.
Hey, okay. It's a little long day. It's okay. I'm sorry.
God, man, I can't. I'm thinking like I like Aubrey Plaza.
Yes,
but I don't think she's hot. I think she's very talented.
Yeah.
Okay, I know. Okay, Allison Hannigan.
Really?
Yeah.
So those types.
She's cute. She's cute. The girl from Warehouse 13. Allison Scaglione. Allison Scaglione?
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about? She's a redhead, too. Wow, maybe it's just redheads.
Yeah, redheads, sir.
Maybe, because, Allison Hannigan, Allison Scaglione from Warehouse 13.
Jessica Chastain is redhead. Crimson Peak is what I was thinking of. I just thought of it now.
Oh, right. No, I didn't see that.
Yeah. She's in it. Well, in the movie, she had black hair, but she's redhead. And Zero Dark 30, she also was in that one, too.
Nice. Man, I think I kind of like the girls that are a little bit more...
next door-ish.
You know what I mean? Like, I guess, I don't know, man. Because I don't look at... I honestly, man, I don't look at women as objects.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
I look at them for their talent.
Yeah.
And or their intelligence or their artistic value. Mm-hmm. I don't look at a woman and go, oh, she's got big boobs. I can't wait to put my face on them and go, brr, 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 brr. I don't do that.
Yeah.
I'd rather be have a friendship and a working relationship with someone as opposed to putting them on like a hot scale.
Gotcha.
Is that weird? That sounds weird.
No. I hear you. So. I mean, there's, like I said, but I agree with you. The girl next door, I tend to go for those types as well. But
Margot Robbie's hot.
Yeah. There's just some females who are just like, wow, she's smart.
I don't think she's a good Harlequin.
She did okay.
She's hot.
She did okay. I wasn't thrilled with her, but I wasn't disappointed as well. So she did fine. She did, I don't know anybody else who could have pulled it off. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of actors who could, but,
Yeah.
And the Joker, Jared Leto, I think he's a little bit too much of a I don't want to say diva, but he's that higher caliber actor.
He's not a diva, though, man. In real life, he's not. No, dude. I got a very good friend of mine who's friends with him, and he's told me some great stories about this guy where he's just like totally down to earth, and they hang out. They go camping once a year for like a week. So he's just like, dude, the guy's like this average dude. Like, you would have no idea if you didn't know it was him.
Yeah,
you wouldn't know it was him. You know what I mean? He's too much about work. He's about his band, and he's about acting.
And, he's definitely not, he's not picking the crappy stuff anymore either.
No, and, he doesn't he doesn't mind taking the back seat like he did for Fight Club. You know?
Do you hear he's going to be in the Blade Runner sequel as well?
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I wonder who he's playing. Who's playing Harrison Ford's role? Harrison Ford?
Harrison Ford's back, and then they got...
Oh, shit. Hold on. Wait. The guy who doesn't talk about the movie ever in his 40 years is coming back to play the same character for a movie that he said he didn't want any part of?
Well, when you get to a certain age and you need some money, why not?
He doesn't need
He came back as Han.
He's banging, Callista Flockhart.
Well, I don't know.
The walking skeleton.
I don't like her anyways. And then Ryan Gosling is... she was cute, but she's got older now. But Ryan Gosling is also in it as well. He's set to star. I don't mind Ryan Gosling. I mean,
I like Ryan Gosling, man, but he's he's that reserved, strong type. You know what I mean? Like, did you see Gangster Squad?
Yes.
That was badass. That was his role.
Yeah.
Like
Place Beyond the Pines. You watch that one?
Yeah.
That was he wasn't in all, but
he's a classical actor. He's someone I would say like Joseph Gordon-Levitt. You got your showboats who are Ryan Reynolds and Will Smith, and nothing wrong with those guys. Love them. They're like, hey, good time, let's have a party.
Yeah.
But then you got guys like Joseph Gordon-Levitt where he's just all business, man. And he's just like, we're going to fucking do some shit, and I'm going to fucking blow it out of the water.
Yeah.
And I see Ryan Gosling as one of these guys who's just like, you see him at home, and he's a leather chair scotch kind of guy. Whereas you see, I picture Will Smith coming home to, a bright orange couch, and, and there's, it's just a fucking maze of kids, and
his kids wearing fucking, his son's wearing a dress or some shit, and...
Yeah, well, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
is his son transgender or something?
No, he's just weird. He just likes to...
anything, dude. Whatever works, man. Whatever gets you noticed. And you know what, man? It doesn't bother me, man.
Yeah.
That aspect of people's lives, because it doesn't concern me. You know what I mean? When it starts to concern me, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways, I don't know where I was going with that.
It kind of hit a roadblock there.
Yeah,
it's all good, man. Well, let's let the audience know what you got brewing up, what you're working on lately.
Okay, hold on. Hello. The most recent... No, I was going to do some sort of feed in, but it didn't work because I'm stupid. Anyways.
Yeah. Squirrel.
So, yes. Now, okay, so I got... we just announced yesterday, not yesterday. We just announced last week that we are doing 200 tiers. Marcus Cook and I are back together working, and we're doing a huge campaign in October for the sequel to our 100 tiers movie that people just love. So we thought it's time. It's coming up on the 10-year anniversary. We're going to do the part 2.
Nice.
And I think it's taken off. I think people are up for it. We'll see how the Kickstarter does. Because, if we try to go to an investor with this, it's going to take months, even years, to find someone who's going to want to put money into it. When we can go right to the fans and just give them everything they want, and we can get the funding through Kickstarter and make the fucking movie. Mm-hmm. I don't understand why there aren't more people, more film fans, going to Kickstarter, raising funds for movies to be made instead of going to looking to Hollywood for all the answers.
Yeah.
The movies you want can be funded if you just look for them. You know what I mean? Like,
you know, the problem is nowadays, everybody's screaming for originality, but when there's originality, nobody wants to go see it.
That's not true. That's Hollywood. Hollywood doesn't want to do. They don't want the little guys in because it really is a giant conglomerate. They all work together. They all own all the theaters. You can't. It's just like trying to buy shelf space in a grocery store.
Yeah, it's hard to do.
You can't. Yeah, you're going to make a microbrew, but you still got to beat out Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch, who own everything.
Mm-hmm.
Even that little label that you think is an independent label is owned by Anheuser-Busch. So now you got to buy that one little 6-inch square so you can get your 6-pack up there. And that's how filmmaking is. Filmmaking is the same way. You got to buy the shelf space. And you got to beat out the big dogs to do it. And the only way to really do that is through Kickstarter. And yes, people like Kristen Bell and Zach Braff have utilized Kickstarter as well and raised millions of dollars. But that's their ability to do that. Why wouldn't you do that? If Will Smith went on Kickstarter tomorrow and said, I want to make Hancock 2, Hollywood doesn't want to do it, let's make Hancock 2 as a family, everyone, he'd raise the money overnight.
Maybe.
Well,
I wouldn't want to see it, but yes,
it's a bad example. But
for him, most people would like.
If he said Men in Black 4,
yeah, oh yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they'd probably do it, man.
Okay.
Or if
I would be like, show me, like some of the
Sam Raimi. If Sam Raimi went on there and said, I'm going to do Army of Darkness 2, none of the studios want to back it, we're going to Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Done. Overnight, he'd have fucking $10 million.
Yeah.
Overnight. So we're hoping that Kickstarter does the same thing for us. On the other side of that coin, I got another movie that's very close to getting its funding, which is at $10 million. And we're already in the pre-production stage. We got a ton of actors signed on. I can't really say any of their names. We got Oscar-nominated Rudy Youngblood. He's one of our leads. We got a 16-time Oscar winner. No, 16-time Oscar-nominated music composer who's now our executive producer, Greg P. Russell.
Nice.
He's on board. We got Luke... Nope, I can't say that one.
No.
We got Erica Marino from Skyfall. She was the Bond girl. She's playing our lead female.
Nice.
We got Doug Bradley from Hellraiser. He's in it. He's our bad guy.
Wow.
We got... Cheyenne Buchanan, who's an up-and-coming in Hollywood. He's going to be huge in the next, 2 years. We got a few other ones. I can't mention any names yet, man, because we're not allowed.
Can you tell us what the general premise of the movie is?
Is that me or you?
That's you.
God damn it. Yeah, okay, so a team of... It all takes place in space.
Okay.
And it's a team of salvagers... come across a defunct military vessel that's just floated in the outer rim.
Mm-hmm.
They breach it they're just going to steal whatever they can real quick and get back on their ship. Once they're on the ship, they realize it isn't what it's supposed to be, and everything on the ship is mutated into some weird-ass creature, and they got to fight their way off the ship.
Nice.
But the ship is alive. The ship has somehow melded with these creatures, and it's like a hive, and the ship is also trying to kill them. But thankfully, they got an android with them named Beth, which stands for Bioengineered Tactical Humanoid.
Yeah.
She's badass. She's the fighter of the group, and she just levels the playing field. Because, without her, they wouldn't have been able to get off the ship. You know?
Do you have a title for this?
Yeah, it's called AG1 Adrift.
AG1 Drift?
Yeah, Adrift. Yeah, you can look it up on Facebook. We don't have a lot of likes yet because they haven't really pushed it yet.
Yeah,
you know, there's a lot of legal shit that we can't do because we're waiting for everything to hit. But dude, our crew is badass, man. We got the Brothers Ugly, which is Carl and Bernie Stearns.
Yeah. They
did Life of Pi. They did The Jungle Book. They've done G.I. Joe. Retaliation.
Yeah.
We got Jace Ford as our set designer. He's Nicki Minaj's set designer and Lady Gaga's set designer. We got Marcus Cook, who's my buddy, who we're doing 200 Tears with. He came on as our our practical effects head, because he's just badass in practical effects. His creatures and monsters are just insane. He brought on Ray Soto effects out of LA. So our crew is banging, dude. We don't have a DP yet, and we don't have a director yet. I'm not allowed to direct it because, according to the investors, I'm a first-time director, apparently, at that level, a $10 million level. I'm not allowed to direct the movie, apparently. Even though I wrote it, and it's my film, I can't direct it, because I don't know what I'm doing, apparently. So, I don't give a shit. That's fine. Let's find a director. Let's get someone on board. Let's get this fucking movie made. While we're waiting for that to happen, I want to make 200 Tears. So that's what's happening.
Do you have a say in the director at all, or?
I do. I actually have all of creative control.
Oh, good.
So, and then we're working in the fact that I get to shadow as well. So it's fun, man. Rudy Youngblood, who's our producer. He's the star of Apocalypto. He's the head. He was Jaguar Paw in Apocalypto.
Nice. Yeah.
He's playing our lead, comedic hero type guy in the film. And he's one of our producers, because without him, we wouldn't have got some of these people that we got. Rudy made a lot of calls, man.
Good.
And he's big in Hollywood. He's big. He's worked with Mel Gibson on fucking Apocalypto, man. He people know who he is, And so he brought a lot of people on for us. He actually is the one who really has got me through a lot of this. Him and Cheyenne both, because I was ready to walk away, because I was like, no, why don't I get to direct it? It's my movie. I should be able to direct it.
Yeah.
And they were like, dude, just step back, let someone else come in and direct it. You just shadow them, learn all you can. He's like, because in the end, your script got made for $10 million.
Yeah.
It was hard for me to swallow that.
Yeah,
because
it's tough, man.
Because it's a shot to your ego, man. Because you're like, fuck, I can direct. I've directed 6 feature films. I can direct a $10 million movie. There's no difference. It's the same. It's just a bigger pie. I don't understand. But I guess I'll just keep working at Crystal Burger till I can make a Whopper.
No, man.
That's my analogy. Food.
Hey, a lot of people will relate to that.
But these guys, they really helped me through it, and it's a lifelong friendship that I'm building with these people, and Greg P. Russell too. Greg P. Russell, this guy, he's 16-time Oscar-nominated music composer. He's worked with Michael Bay and Steven Spielberg, and he every day basically. And he talked me through a lot of it too. He's like, listen, I've seen this 1,000 times where someone comes in and they step away from a project and don't do it because they want to direct it. He's like, dude, how many scripts you ever written? And I was like, 27. And he's like, this is just one. He's like, direct another one, He's like, don't be an idiot. So, that was really awesome. These guys didn't have to do any of that shit, you know what I mean? Rudy Youngblood didn't have to, become a friend of mine. And we're close as shit now.
Wow.
Same with Greg P. Russell. He didn't have to become a friend. He didn't have to be a mentor and talk me through this. It's not a trying time. It's an ego time. But it's fine with me now. I hope we find the right director, and it's going to be an amazing action horror film. It's an action horror film, man, and it's gonna, next year we'll be making it, and you're gonna see, man. You're gonna be like, holy shit, this movie's badass.
I mean, for what you're telling us, it sounds amazing. I mean, I know we pitching for it. I mean, I know I don't have much of a huge audience, but for what you're pitching, I hope they'll jump on the Kickstarter there and
that's for 200 Tears, man.
Yeah.
200 Tears is different than
well, yeah, but
I'm hoping 200 Tears too. That was something Marcus and I have been fighting with, not fighting, but the idea of when should we do it. for years.
Yeah.
Because we thought maybe we'll hit right after it and do another one, and we're like, well, let's wait. And then we finally started, we were talking last week, or like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, man, you believe we're coming up on the 10-year anniversary? And he's like, holy shit, we are. And then we just kind of were both like, now's the time to do it. And we were like, yeah, let's do it. So I sat down, I wrote the script, and I can't really give a lot away about the script because we're bringing some people back who died in the first one. So, or who supposedly died in the first one. So this is, but it's more gore, it's more Gertie, it's more Gertie the Clown doing more killing, and it's a little bit more stylized. Technology is far more advanced with cameras now than what we had 10 years ago. 10 years ago, we shot on like a Sony FJ900 or some shit. It was like a fixed lens thing. And now, dude, I know like 6 guys with red cameras.
Wow.
So the image, the movie itself is going to look a lot different than the first one. And that's okay because it's time has changed.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little bit more crisp, a little bit more stylized, but it's still going to be as gory and as violent as the first one, more than that.
For the listeners who are not familiar with 100 Tears, give them the premise of the movie.
Well, okay, so the movie 100 Tears is about this guy, Luther Edward Baxter, who basically is looking for his daughter. He finds out he has a daughter, and no one will give him the information as to where she is because they think he's crazy. And he is. He was known as Gertie the Clown. He was in the circus. He got framed for rape. They said he raped this girl who is this woman he was in love with who had his daughter. And he didn't rape her. They just didn't like him. There was another girl who didn't like him, and she said he accused of raping. Anyways, so the circus kicked him out. So he just came back and killed everybody.
Oh, nice.
And didn't know where the girl went. And then years later, he finds out he's got a daughter, so he's looking for his daughter. And he just starts killing everybody. And eventually he finds her, and you find out that she's just as crazy as he is. She's a serial killer, known as the Smiley Face Killer. She kills dudes in alleyways and shit and cuts their throats open and then paints a smiley face on the wall in their blood. And she's crazy. They're basically like a gory Joker and Harlequin.
Oh.
I didn't realize that 10 years ago when I wrote them.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what they are.
But without the sexual relationship, of course, because
it's father and daughter. So it's
you don't see too many father and daughter murder duo there,
right? And the one aspect we took with Gertie is that we didn't want him to say anything. He doesn't talk. He doesn't make silly little balloon animals,
like a Michael Myers of
he doesn't he doesn't make funny noises and faces, and doesn't wear clown shoes and shit. He's just a killer clown, man. He's this old character from when he was in the circus who's now sadistic.
Wow.
He's black and white. He uses black and white. We wanted to go with this old French mime kind of look. The 30s and 40s French clowns had this very muted look. They were all black and white, and we wanted that. So that's how Gertie is. He's black and white. He's he's just this this fucking just crazy character. I'll show you some.
I actually caught.
That's the new poster. What he's looking at, folks, is the new poster that you can't see yet.
Nice. Look at that. Yeah, I caught the. I didn't get to watch the actual 100 Tears movie myself, but I caught the trailer, which is it's gory. It's got some gore in it for sure.
Oh, it is.
If you're into gore, that's
well,
100 Tears is where to go.
We made it number 3 on MoviePilot.com for best killer clown movie. We're number 3. We're right underneath It.
And
I don't know what
was number 1.
I don't know. Maybe It was number 1, and number 2 is the guy from from American Horror Story, which to me, he's not scary.
No.
Gertie would take him out about a half a second.
They're making It remake, right?
I know.
Yeah. Did you see any of that news? Okay, don't want to piss you off. That's fine.
Dude, they just remake it. They just keep remaking shit. They keep remaking shit.
It was a TV movie, though. It never was a feature film.
Yeah,
but Tim Curry did. Tim Curry was it?
Yeah, they're remaking fucking Rocky Horror too, man. Or they have remade it.
No,
they're just taking all of what Tim Curry's done and they're just going to remake it all next to be Clue.
I'm not going to. You may think this is a joke, but they are.
They're making Clue?
Yes, they are. But here's a premise. They're going to, instead of in a room or a house, they're going to expand it to a more of a worldwide mystery thing, and that sounds like crap.
No, that doesn't sound like the game.
Yeah.
The game takes place in a house. I'm shouting.
Yes. So, I hate to fuck up your night, but yes, you're making a Clue remake.
Of course they are.
But, it's okay, man. Joe Davis, you keep on making your movies, and, you'll be fine. You'll satisfy the people who want to see those type of movies compared to the dumbass shit that Hollywood's making.
You can catch me on Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook, Joey Giggle Pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's really my name because I didn't think it'd be valuable when I made them. Because who am I?
Yeah.
But hopefully 10 years from now, people will just be like, yeah, it's Joey Giggle Pants. It has been forever.
Oh, yeah, I see that and I laugh a little bit. It brings a little joy.
That's the whole point, man. Yeah. I started in comedy, so,
Yeah, well, before we go real fast, you mentioned earlier you had an incident in 7-Eleven. On Monday. You had a bathroom incident?
Yeah, I was in Ybor City. I went down to meet a client for a commercial. I was with my good buddies, Josh Martin and James Snyder, and we had some time to kill, so we're like, oh, there's 7-Eleven, let's run in there. And I walked up and I was like, dude, look at that Bahama Mama. It's a hot dog. It's like a jumbo hot dog. I was like, I want that, but I have to piss. So I go in the bathroom to take a piss, and I turn around to leave, and the door handle breaks.
Oh.
Like, broken. Like, I'm like, it's not moving. I could see the mechanism. Like, I'm trapped in the bathroom. And I started laughing, and I was like, huh. So I got my keys out, and I tried to jimmy the lock, and I was like, okay, this isn't working. So I called Josh. I said, dude, where are you at? He's like, oh, I just stepped outside. I was like, you gotta come back in. He's like, why? I said, I'm stuck in the bathroom. And he just laughs for like 10 minutes. And he finally comes back, and I hear him, and he's knocking on the door, and he's like, yo. And I was like, dude, get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So it's like him, it's like the manager of 7-Eleven, it's some maintenance dude, it's like some other girl. They're all trying to get the door open, and it's broken. The entire housing of the knob is just broken. So they basically have to beat the door open.
Wow.
And it was a good ordeal. I videoed it all.
Yeah.
In segments, So it was fun, man.
How long were you actually in there?
Oh, I don't know. The video says like 3 hours.
Oh, okay.
It was 3 hours. No, it was 10 minutes. It wasn't long.
But it felt like 3 hours.
No, I wish it had been long, man, because I would have called 911 at that point. At the hour mark, I would have been like, 911? Yeah, I'm stuck in a bathroom.
Wow. That is something else.
I would have loved to have got it all on video. I would have had to carry me out into the road. Yeah.
Make it all dramatic. And
right.
Yeah, you can check it out. He actually recorded those videos on his Facebook page.
Yeah, look at my Facebook page, folks. Joey Giggle Pants. Yeah, it's all there. My excursion in the 7-Eleven bathroom. and for his past movies, whether Frostbite, Mr. Engagement, 100 Tears, like you mentioned, As Night Falls, and Experiment Number 7, you can see all those. They're all available right now on. Yeah, you can get them on Amazon. You can. Frostbite's coming out on Roku very shortly. Mr. Engagement's out on Amazon everywhere. So is Experiment 7, and As Night Falls as well. Everything's on Amazon. You can video stream it. You can, and we're gonna try to get 100 Tears back on Netflix for Halloween, maybe.
Nice.
So we'll see what happens.
You think about
Because it was on Netflix for like 2 years.
You thinking about streaming it here? I mean, not streaming, but screening it in Tampa locally over here?
100 Tears?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we could do that again.
Yeah.
It's played a lot here over the years. But certainly the 200 Tiers will have its big premiere here. Good. Because we got Tony Armour from the Film Commissions coming on board to help us. I have an organization called the Tampa Film Network. We got 5,000 members. So we're going to do a nice big thing for the local filmmakers for this movie. We got a lot of roles open that I want to cast a lot of locals in, because we're trying to build Tampa up, man. I've been trying to do that since like 2004 or 6, whenever the hell I got back from England. You know?
Well, there's definitely a lot of talent here in Tampa.
And we're not talking about the strip clubs, folks.
Oh, yeah, we're known for the strip clubs, that's for sure. But
and porn.
Yeah,
we're the second largest in porn. Maybe the first.
Hey, we probably take the top spot.
I'm not going to say I don't know where some porn studios are.
But you're not going to say you don't know.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say that I don't go there every day.
Hey, when
someone's got to clean up the mess. It's my day job.
Fluffer.
I'm a mopper.
I mop the jizz off the floor after a guy's done. Yeah, hey, you got to get some...
I clean the girls up. Stop crying, sweetie. You'll be okay.
Whoa, you really took that one today, huh? Yeah, I really believe that shot today. Yeah, man. Well, we appreciate everything you do around here.
Yeah, man.
Keep pushing the pavement for Tampa.
Trying, bro. I'm trying, man. It's tough being a filmmaker out there, man.
Yeah.
So,
and like I said, my buddy Sean Malloy is on here often, and he's doing the same. Trying to get something happening with himself. So,
it ain't easy.
Yeah. Well, he wants he wants to be on the show with you as well. So maybe sometime in the future we'll
anytime. Call me back, bro.
Yeah, we'll get you guys on, and
I'll come down this desolate dirt road in the middle of nowhere to your station.
There's one time we had a delivery here, and the delivery guy was like, "Man, you need to put a skull and crossbones in the front."
Yeah, it's like pirates beware warned or some shit.
Yeah, the pirates don't even come back here.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, check out.
Oh my God, stop calling me.
Oh yeah, you're a busy man. So
all women call me all day.
That's not a bad thing.
Yes, it is, because it's all like cousins and neighbors and.
Oh. Well, it's all good.
Yeah,
we're gonna wrap this up pretty soon. One more time, throw out your social media. Where they can follow you at?
It's at Joey Giggle Pants for everything: Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter. I just kept it all the same. It's easy.
Yeah,
Joey Giggle Pants.
One thing, don't confuse everybody. JoeyGigglepants. Yes.
In case you don't know how to spell.
Yes, pants at the end. Okay, pants.
Joey Giggle Pants.
Giggle Pants. Remember that. Joey Giggle Pants. Remember that shit. All right, and as for us, Let's Talk Flix, we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Let's Talk Flix. You can listen to our past podcasts on iTunes, Google Play Music, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, fucking anywhere where you listen to podcasts or anything. Just look us up at Let's Talk Flix. And you can check out all our past episodes. Also, we're on Podcast Radio Network Wednesday nights at 9:30 p.m., which we'll air this show on. And you can hear that on TuneIn and the Crikey app, 102.6. All the information can be found on our Facebook page where we post that. So at Let's Talk Flix on Facebook.
Have a wonderful weekend, folks.
Yes, we appreciate you. Thank you for stopping by.
Hey there, fellow podcast fans. Do you love comic books, and especially Swamp Thing? Get out of the bayou. So do we. Come check out the Parlapod Show, the world's only podcast dedicated to the muck-encrusted mockery of a man himself, Swamp Thing. This is some serious arcane audio as we chat with comic book professionals, reviews, spoofs, talk about back issues. Everything swampy under the sun happens here. Give us a listen at parlapod.com, iTunes, iTunes, SoundCloud, Podomatic, our YouTube channel, and we're on every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern on podcastradionetwork.net. Join your hosts, Dave and John, parlapod.com. Let's go into the green. We'll see you in the swamps.